Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. What's up, and welcome, and thank you for joining me once again. This is Sloopy, as you say, with your Legs Media, and as you can see, the big story is Tadej Pogacar to race the first Giro d'Italia. My goodness. I think Tadej Pogacar is just basically, he just wants to win every race there is on the calendar. Plain and simple. There is no two ways about it. And you can't blame him. So he won two Tour de France, and then it looked like he's finished second twice. So he's like, you know what? I might as well go over to the Giro d'Italia and do my thing. Why fight? Why fight so much? Why fight so hard to win the Tour? And the thing is, it looks like his team is amped up for the Tour this year as well too. So he might be able to do a thing this year as well. So we'll see. It's looking really good. It's looking promising. So big up to Tadej Pogacar. So firstly, let's look at the whole thing. So what races is he going to do in preparation for the Giro? And the Giro is sort of like a good prep prior to the Tour. You take some time off before the Tour de France. You just do a couple races. You stay tuned up, and he's going to be amped up, and he's going to be ready to go. And he's got a stronger team, so he's looking to do the double. If I'm presumptuous with my assessment, it looks like he's looking to do the double. So he's going I won't say his main rival is going to be Wout van Aert, but he's going to have a couple guys in there. There will be no Roglic to ride against. So he's going to be the clear favorite without Jonas Vingegaard in there to win the Giro d'Italia. And barring something weird or strange happens, there's no reason why he won't be able to win. So I can imagine Wout van Aert hearing this. All of a sudden, he has a chance. He's like looking like he could possibly win, and I was putting money on him to win the Giro as well. But now along comes Tadej Pogacar, and so now he's actually going to have to be like really strategic if he's going to be Tadej Pogacar, because in the mountains, mano a mano, even though there isn't as much climbing this year, Tadej Pogacar still has the right advantage. So that's going to be super, super, super interesting. And the funny thing is, like, at the end of the La Volta, Jonas Vingegaard's wife was telling him he should go for all three stage victories, to ride all three tours. Stage victory. He should go for all three tours. There's the Giro, the Tour de France, and then La Volta. So what I think is that Tadej Pogacar took a little bit of that that he heard about that. He said, you know what? Okay, there's a chance that I could win the Tour, and there's a chance that I'm going to finish second again. But why not go and put my stamp on the Giro, win a Giro or two, maybe finish second or third if it doesn't win the Tour again. Then, in another year or two, go over and do the La Volta. So I think like that little thing that's been put in the air by Jonas and Jumbo-Visma, that he should probably just try to do all three tours. I think Tadej Pogacar is actually like, he's like, I want to win all three tours. I want to win Paris-Roubaix. I want to win Milan to San Remo. He's already won Flanders. He's won Il Lombardi, Race of the Fallen Leaves, for lack of being able to pronounce the name properly. And he's got a bunch of monuments under his belt already. He's won Strada Bianca. It's not a monument, but it should be. And I just think Tadej Pogacar is, by the time he finishes his race career, he's in his early 20s. He's going to have one of the most impressive resumes of like just cycling out there. And you know what other big race I think he's going to do? He's going to win. He may do it this year because it'll be good prep for the Giro. I think he's going to, he's in there with a good chance to win Roubaix. He just is. And people like when I first started watching Paris-Roubaix, I thought it was like a flat course, but it's not. it's quite a bit of like elevation changing. Like it's not like climbs or big like climbs or hills, but you got these long like stints where it's going uphill for a few hundred meters down, and it's not staying flat. It's either doing this or doing this. So if the race is constantly doing this, even if it's just a little bit, 2-3% or whatever, it's still going up. And it's one of the Paris Roubaix is one of the longest races on the calendar, if not the longest. Between that and Milan to San Remo, those are the two longest races. So that's like a 100% war of attrition. So it's going to be interesting to see what Tadej Pogacar is going to, go after, what he's going to be able to win. I'm really excited for the season already. The cyclocross season is hot. It's not even finished. Tom Pidcock just finished just winning a race this past weekend, and that was pretty amazing to see. We want to dive into that. Do we want to dive into Tom Pidcock? We want to dive into Tom Pidcock? Okay, let's dive into Tom Pidcock. And it's Mr. Tom Pidcock is our next rider we're gonna talk to. Had a fantastic weekend in Namur. Namur, I think it's Namur, in Belgium. And Tom Pidcock, firstly on Saturday he rode to second place. So how they do the cyclocross is you get like a start on the grid. So if you see the picture behind me, that's the front of the grid, and the ladies who are doing all the races, like the ones who have the most consistent high place finishes, they get put to the front. So the ladies that are constantly finishing in the top 10 get put to the front, because once the cyclocross starts, it tends to get single file for most of the track. It tends to be about a 3 kilometer to 3.5 kilometer loop that they do maybe 6 to 7 times, like for the women, and 8 to 9 times for the men, depending on how fast or the conditions, how fast they can ride the course. But Tom Pidcock on Saturday, which Matthew Van Der Poel actually won the day before. Was that Super Prestige? I believe that was Super Prestige. No, that was the X20, X2O. Yeah, it was the X2O. And yeah, it was the X2O. I'm pretty sure it was the X2O, not Super Prestige. But Matthew Van Der Poel, he's got the World Championship jersey on, and even though he hasn't done all the races, the World Championship jersey gets automatic seat into the front on the front of the grid. So Matthew Van Der Poel was at advantage, because like last year he didn't have the World Championship jersey, and he had to start where Pidcock was started, and he had to fight his way through and do what Pidcock had to do. So all that being said, Pidcock starts where Van Der Poel was starting last year. Van Der Poel's at the front, and Van Der Poel took off. Once Van Der Poel took off, he got a gap on everybody else, and it was just no one in his class. The only other person that probably could have kept up with him was Pidcock. But Pidcock was too far back to really make a difference or do anything. But Pidcock rode his way through the group on the Saturday, and he came, he rode all the way up, caught the guys up, rode with them for a lap, and then he just dropped the hammer and just dropped everybody. And it was an amazing display, and he finished second. And then on Sunday, he's in the back again. He's got to start in the back of the grid. So when on the first lap, he was like 25 back. I mean, that is far back. I mean, he was way back there. And then by the end of the first lap, he was up to about 12th or 13th place. So he was making his way up. Then he finally got to the chase group. There was a group of 3 away, and then he got caught up to the chase group. Cool. We in there, right? We're making stuff happen. So just as he bridges course to the 3 that were out front, now it's 4 out front, and Pidcock's finally made it across. His chain comes off on one of the roughest parts of the course. So he had to stop, put the chain on. He lost about 3 or 4 places. Then he had to fight back to get back up to the guys that are up front. By the time he got up to the guy that was in third, 2 guys, Ron Pinhar and Joris Nieuwenhuis, they were going. They were up the street. So Pidcock had to fight hard to get up to those guys, but he did. He got up to when he got up to, is it Joris? When he got up to Joris, Pin had gone up. He had dropped Joris, and it was a really tough course. It was a hard course. There's a lot of climbing in this course, and so Pin Ronha was going. And so Pitcock had to get up to Joris. He dropped Joris, then he caught up to Pim. And then when he did catch up to Pim, he was like, okay, cool. He got up to Pim, and then he did a little cheeky move. The commentators didn't call it out, but I saw what he did. So just as he caught up to Pim Runner, like Pim was like slowing up, and they do this like, yeah, okay, now come on, man, I've been on the front all this time. You go on the front. And what, like, as they were coming near the pits, what Pitcock did, because I knew Pitcock was doing, he was just trying to, he wanted to, just release his, just bust out of, just be explosive, like just release everything all at one time. And so he didn't want to go to the front just yet. So just perfect timing as Pim Runhouse is looking back like, come on, Pitcock, you go to the front. Here comes the pit. So Pitcock goes into the pit. He had just like went in front to Pim, and he goes in front of the pit. And because the pit, like, you have to get off the bike and get on the bike, so it's going to be a lot slower than the person who's riding. So this is going to put Pim back in front, and rightly so, it did put Pim back in front. So when Pim got back in front, Pitcock just sat there because it was like 2 more laps to go. Pitcock just sat there, waited. Then once he seized the moment, like he just waited, okay, now is the time, and like the climbing was starting. Like there was a good bit of flat on there, but there was a really good bit up. And when Pitcock went, that was just it. And Ron Howard said in the interview afterwards, he just couldn't match Pitcock on the climb. So we talk about Pitcock. We have to talk about Pitcock, and the main reason we're talking about Pitcock is because he's actually looking to be a serious contender for the Tour de France this year. And I think he's going to do that. I think he's going to be a serious contender, and I'm looking forward to what is going on. I'm fading in and out. So is it going to do it again? It's probably going to do it again. So he's going to be a serious contender for the Tour de France. He's not going to. I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he could beat Pogacar and what's his name, Jonas Vingegaard. But I think if Pitcock focuses, he can be in the top 5. Maybe squeeze onto the podium depending on who else is there. So and I don't doubt it. He's like a superstar. He descends really well. He won Alpe d'Huez a couple years ago, so he can climb. He can put it down. He actually dropped Chris Froome to win Alpe d'Huez, so that was pretty amazing. So this Tour de France for Tom Pitcock is going to be pretty spectacular. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the year from Pitcock. So we got. Like this week is going to be pretty much chock-a-blocked of races. I gotta make sure that I'm not missing any races because there could be a race today and I'm here talking to you. So I'm gonna check it out to make sure there ain't no races, and then I just give you my vocab afterwards, like my assessment of the race. I just thought it was an amazing race, amazing weekend for Pitcock, opening weekend. So we're gonna see so the other thing is once Van der Poel, Pitcock, and Wout van Aert are all in the same race, it's going to be Van der Poel's going to take off because he's going to be on the front. So it's going to be Wout van Aert and Pitcock chasing basically. So it's going to be a tough order for Wout van Aert because they got to burn quite a few matches to catch up with Van der Poel. Van der Poel ain't waiting around for nobody. So with that advantage, he's going to be able to get out, get ahead, and then make Pitcock and Wout van Aert really work to get up to them. So once they get up, and then they will start racing. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, and it all depends on how quickly Wout van Aert and Pitcock can get through the pack to get to the front, to get to so they can all race. So it's going to be a couple of weeks, maybe 5 to 6 races in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be chock-a-blocked and really exciting. So that's it. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was insightful for you. And so is it in my pocket? Yes, it is. It's in my pocket this time. So what you got to do for me, as in the link is in the description, and basically the last business card you would ever buy. This is the Vice card. As you can see, the NFC chip right there where I just moved my finger from. So that little thing there. And how does that work? So let's see how that works really quickly. So you take your phone. Let's close my emails. You take your phone. Where are we? And you take your phone up. So you can either do it on the back. It should work from the back. And when it comes down, you see that, you press that, and then up comes all your info. So your link tree. So, and basically, it's like, I've collected, where's all the business cards I collected? It's like all the business cards I've collected from people. Like, this is crazy. So you're saving the planet and not cutting down any more trees to do this. And yeah, it's and it also comes with a QR code on the back for those phones that, the NFC doesn't work. People don't know how to turn the NFC card on. So all they got to do is just go into camera, take a picture, done deal. That's the NFC card. And then the last but not least is the people that's doing my t-shirts. Supacolour, they do these decals. I should have had one of mine, but I don't. So basically, Supacolour, they do these decals. They iron on, so you just get your heat transfer machine, and it's a really good quality heat transfer. So and that's what my t-shirts and probably some of my hoodies and stuff and even hats are going to be done with. So check them out. Supacolour, your transfer choice, and you could just put your phone on any of those QR codes, and it's there's tons of instructions on how to set up and the different type of heat transfers they have. So they have the first one is how to order with Supacolour, what transfer type to use, what type of material, whether it's for a hat, hoodie, or whatever. The artwork template, they hook you up with that, or you could do it yourself. The pressing instructions to make sure you do it right so you get the best results. Supacolour tutorials, also helping you out, and about the company Supacolour. So that's what's up. Hope you enjoyed that. We out, and thank you for joining us. And we'll see you in the next video. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with more news. And outro, ready for the outro. Your legs media, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.